Welcome, everybody, to another Industrial Media Magic stream. As always, I am your host, Chase. So I was planning on doing, like, a Duel Master stream today, and there was an issue. The issue is that I don't have a working PS2 controller. All of my PS2 controllers are broken. So, I'm going to put that off to the side, and hopefully I can find a used PS2 controller. I kind of forgot about this. My PlayStation 2 actually works fine. It's plugged in right now. But I was mostly using it to play PS1 games, and so I kind of realized there was an issue where I was using an actual PS1 controller. And I thought maybe that was just because of the games, but it turns out that it's because I don't have a working controller. So, we are going to do a little bit of post-game of Jade, Cocoon. As I mentioned before, there is a pretty extensive post-game. I mean, not in terms of story or anything, but the Eternal Corridor is an Eternal Corridor. Hello, the Art of Nemo, first-time viewer of this channel, welcome. So, in order to access the post-game, just go to Continue. We're going to select our save file, which says End. So, let's begin at the end. Very first time, nice stream, thanks.
I am the Nagi prophet, Jade. I see the future through the words of God. I bid you welcome to the Temple of Kemu, the entrance of the stairs.
The streamer has a sexy radio voice, so I've heard.
You are a Cocoon master of great renown. The stairs of time are the entrance to another dimension. It is said that long ago, during the age of chaos, the chosen ones of light and darkness passed through this gate. The time of conclusion. Beyond this gate lies an endless forest. The forest harbors infinite strength and undergoes continuous mutations. There, a truly powerful hunter, such as a Cocoon master, shall gain in rank and honor. The weak, however, shall be devoured. Just what might lie at the end of the forest?
Nothing.
A state that transcends
To be honest.
even eternal suffering. Among the living, no one yet knows.
It's not about the destination, though. It's about the journey.
Mighty Cocoon master, tell me your name.
Oh, this is interesting. We actually get to change our name. For some reason. We'll keep it as Levant. And I actually think that Levant's character art is different. Like, I think he's wearing Riquetz's outfit there. compared to the beginning of the
We,
game.
the storytellers, will pass on tales of your heroics for generations to come. May the winds of good fortune blow with you.
I do kind of like this. It's a nice little fake out because it's the same when you start the game and you think you're just restarting, but then they throw in something different at you. Oh, hey, Nee is gone. It's just Ra and Moo.
Welcome to the Eternal Corridor.
Oh, Japanese like they're twins talking in sync.
This is where your true abilities shall be tested.
Just like the Shobijin and Mothra.
We will help you prepare for your journey. I am Ra. Whenever you require purification, please come to the Chamber of Purity through the blue entrance on the left.
Okay, yeah, I know. I played the game.
I am Moo. Whenever you require supplies, weapons, or armor, please come to the Chamber of Goods through the green entrance on the right.
Yeah, I beat the Chosen One of Darkness. I know all of this already.
Please, do not hesitate to ask us when you need something. Now you must pass through the Kumari Gate, which leads to the Eternal Corridor. Please be careful. We will pray for your good fortune.
Okay. You know what's interesting is there's the Kumari Gate and the Kaya Gate, and you never do anything with the Kaya Gate. The Kaya Gate is the one on the right there. We always take this one on the left. I guess the story reason is that the Chosen One of Darkness uses the Kaya Gate, but it just feels odd that they like rendered that and put it in the game. It's like you can even come over here and like you can walk into it and there's just nothing here. It kind of feels like dummied content to me. But this game was very rushed, I suppose. So let's go back here and check out the store. Kawada, the Kawadawa, the Eternal Kawadawa. That's how a kid would say it.
Preparation is cool.
Let's ask about weapons. What kind of weapons do we get in the post game? Oh, look at that! It's the icicle. A samurai sword, a cold blade with a presence beyond words, critically wounds the enemy with one swing. Yep, that's what it does. And it costs 999,990. Yeah, we can't afford that right now. Oh, there's the tsunami. We actually got that as a drop, but it costs 10,000. So yeah, as I was saying, if you buy the sword, it will immediately take any minion down to 1 HP. So it's basically used just to capture stuff. Very useful, although now that the game is over, it's like one of those endgame nukes where it's like they gave it to you too late into the game. And we got Forest Garb, which significantly boosts your... Oh, Bloody Garb. This is interesting. Clothes of one who fell by the wayside brings misfortune upon anyone who takes them. It's kind of like cursed items in other video games. Like Dragon Quest has a ton of cursed items where you equip it and then you can't unequip it, so you have to go to the church or whatever to fix your equipment. So we can't afford anything yet. And you need to do a lot of grinding to get the icicle, so we're not going to get it.
Please be careful. I shall pray for your good fortune.
Thank you. Alright, so we still got Vitolka, Carnivore, and Terrafrayed. They're all very high level, and I think the Eternal Corridor starts at level 17. And I mean, just keeps going. The highest level's in the 30s, I believe. So, let's go check out the Eternal Corridor. The prophet said that due to chaos it is always changing. And that's not really true. It's basically the same environment over and over. It's just randomized. That actually is something I should point out. The minions you see when you go through the Eternal Corridor are different every time. It's randomized at the beginning of each play. So if we go in and leave and come back, it's going to be different minions. Oh, hey, look at this guy. The Terramole. Yeah, he's level 20. Okay, so it starts at level 20. And I mentioned this before, but you can find most minions in the game, and also you can find minions at levels lower than you can find in the game too. Vitoka looks bigger to me now. In fact, it looks like his body has gotten bigger, although his head seems to still have the same size. There's a couple of interesting things with some of the minions. So, like, if you remember the Jinwei and the Karn, the geckos from the Dragonfly Forest. So when you catch them, they're like, you know, in the teens in terms of levels. And so in the normal game, you never see the baby versions of them, but you can capture the baby versions in this forest. And the funny thing is, the babies actually have wings. And as they get larger, they shed their wings. I think they're the only minions that actually lose something as they get bigger. And it is possible that we will see that, but again, it's completely random. Oh, hey, look at this guy. This is the Turtodon. This is not the same as the one in the Moth Forest. Pretty much all of the monsters you catch in-game are exclusive to the main game, and there are monsters that are exclusive to post-game. So, like, even though we saw this monster in the Moth Forest, like the Earth version, and this is also Earth version, this isn't the same monster as the one in the Moth Forest. And the reason why I point that out is because if you're concerned with filling out the list, like your Jade Cocoon Pokédex, you basically have to capture everything in the main game. You can't capture pretty much anything in the main game in the post game. It's very annoying. But if you're not as like a stickler for completionism, pretty much everything in the main game has a counterpart in the post game. Personally, it annoys me. I don't understand why they did it like that, but that is how they did it. And this guy's interesting. He poisons you. I didn't think about that. The other one doesn't, so I guess they do have different skills at least. Yeah, if you're wondering what the point of the Eternal Corridor is, I guess it's mostly for PvP, or if you just like the challenge, because there are some bosses here. Oh, hey, here we go. So, here's an enemy that isn't in the main game. This is the Terrawasp. So if you remember, those little wasps in the very first forest, there was a fire version, an air version, and here's an earth version. And this is what they look like all grown up, by the way. If you remember the little chibi wasps, they get much bigger. I personally think that's a pretty sick design for the wasp. Yeah, I really like how this this game implemented like levels and tied that to lifespan in some kind of way. Oh, don't kill me. Okay, cool. I don't know. I always thought that was. I kind of wanted to see that in Pokemon more. Like when your Pokemon is a low level, it's smaller and more childish looking, and then it kind of grows and gets bigger. I guess that's what evolutions are, but the anime kind of tricked me on that, because in the anime there are smaller and larger versions of the Pokemon. Like, is every Charizard 5 feet tall? That's kind of lame. What if I want a Charizard that's like 9 feet tall? That would be cool. Nice thing about Great Walnuts is that they fully restore you, as well as increase your max HP. Oh, and here's our first boss. This is Peluja. If you recognize him, this is the Doggle that we saw, that fire dragon with the multiple eyes. But this one has a different skin. And the thing about bosses here is that when you defeat them, there's a chance that you can get their skins and use them in merging. So, if you like this panda texture, you can put this panda texture on any monster if you get the skin. Ooh, and he has a critical hit attack. But we beat him, so... Yeah, he sees somebody outside. Unfortunately, we did not get the skin, so that's lame. But let's continue onwards. This is the second section of the forest, which is usually where the babies show up. And, if you remember this guy, this is a fire version of him. Yeah, gonna shut my door, so that way he doesn't ruin the stream any more than it's already been ruined. Okay, we're doing fine. So yeah, if you remember the Margin and the other one... Oh, look! And here we go! A level 20 and a level 2, so you can see a size comparison here. This is the Usk, the fire version. Let's go to Carnivore. So that is a good representation of how higher levels change the bodies of your monsters. I kind of want to catch this guy, but I don't want to... I feel like if I use the Tsunami, it's going to kill him. Luckily, he's level 2, so there's probably not a whole lot he can do to us. So let's try to do a full HP capture. This is fairly difficult. Oh, but we got him. Cool. Yeah, I think it's pretty neat that you can capture different variations of the monsters that you can't capture in the normal game. Because like I said, you can capture the water and the earth version of him, but the fire and the air version is exclusive to this forest. What about you? I think this is the same one as from the Moth Forest. The Pat Baron, yeah. Same one. So I guess it's not always true that every monster is exclusive to the main game. But there's a lot of them aren't catchable. It's kind of striking me how big Terrafreight is. Like, I would not want to see him in real life. Yeah, he used to be a runt, too. I remember when we first caught him. He was just a little guy, and now he's... I'm not really sure what he's supposed to be. I mean, I'm assuming he's some sort of canine, but I don't know if he's, like, supposed to be a wolf or just a dog with armor and a unicorn horn. Some of the monster designs are a little ambiguous as to what they're actually meant to be. I mean, this guy, he's clearly supposed to be a living tree, but the more animalistic ones are kind of a mishmash. Emperor of Cheese must have known that we're not doing Duel Master, so he decided not to show his face here. Yeah, I hear Cheese likes to eat a little Korean. Okay, so we went the wrong way. It's easy to tell which way is the right way. That's the wrong way. Because even though this is an endlessly shifting forest, it basically all looks the same. That's just the game's explanation for why it turns into a roguelike here, I guess. Although in the sequel, Jade, Cocoon 2, they explained that the forests are kind of illusions. So it's not like an actual forest, I guess. Which you don't get that sense when you play the first game, but like, I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be actual forests, but according to the game, they're not real. And I suppose you have to accept the sequel as canon since it's a direct sequel. Although Levant says nothing in this game, and in the sequel he says a lot, so... I don't know. Okay, here's the next boss. This is the Ticker. Yeah, not my, not my favorite of the skins. I like Peluja more, but I'd bet anything that we're going to get Ticker skin and not Peluja's. Some of these skins are pretty fun to use. Like, we could take, if we got that Peluja skin, the panda one, we could put that on the Usk and make like a panda tree. Oh, hey, I think that, yeah, this is the air version. I was just talking about that. That's quite a coincidence. Hey, look, Chase is back. What are you doing? The game is over. Welcome, Cheese. This is the post-game, the Eternal Corridor. I was going to play Duel Masters, and I don't have a working PS2 controller. Those things seem to break very easily. Yeah, these tree monsters are pretty good just for the fact that they have the Deva spells. Very few things do. And Deva spells are really useful. The Davas, the Davas. I should have gotten a clip from that and played it whenever I said the word Dava. Hopefully you can get a PS2 controller. Yeah, I mean, they're not too expensive. 2 of my PS2s broke before any controller I had, so now I have 3. I used to have a big fat PS2, and it actually still works, but it doesn't play PS2 games because of, I guess, the Laserdisc is broken. So a couple years ago, well, actually maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, I went on eBay and I bought one of those silver slim ones, and it seems to still be working, so that's nice. Oh hey, and if you remember this guy, this one actually looks like King Ghidorah. It's golden, but this is Cartilage. We saw the fire and water version earlier in the game. I don't think I ever had a controller break on me. I've had many break on me. My Switch Pro controller has drifting in one of the sticks, and it really annoys me. That's why I refuse to use my Joy-Cons for my Switch as the controller, because of how easily and how many issues they have with breaking and drifting. Terrible quality control on Nintendo's part, I must say. It has the Nintendo seal of quality. Well, we looked at the eShop the other day, and that doesn't mean much anymore. To be honest, though, it never really did. Even in the days of the NES, there were always trash video games on Nintendo consoles. Oh, I got the nut. Nice. My PS4's one got drifting after less than a year of use. Yeah, one of my PS4 controllers also has a drifting stick. That's highly annoying when I'm playing like a game and then the camera just starts shifting and I'm not doing anything. Which is this Hackaroo? Yeah. Oh look, it's a big Hackaroo and a baby Hackaroo. All right. I'm gonna kill your parent and then I'm gonna capture you. Oh yeah, these guys also have Davis spell. These guys are actually really annoying because if you get the icicle, the Hackaroo family in particular has a resistance against sudden death moves, so like your icicle attack from Levant will always miss. They're extremely annoying to deal with. I think there's like 2 families of monsters in this game that are resistant to instant death moves. These are one of them, and I forget the other. But we caught the baby. That's nice. I don't know why I'm catching the babies and not the parents. I think it's just because the babies are cute and I like that they're level 2. They actually remind me of a Pokemon. There are some Pokemon you can get that are under-leveled for what they're supposed to be. I always took advantage of that. I just think that they're a neat oddity in the game. Like, so you can capture a level 3 Pikachu in the Viridian Forest, and then you can evolve it using a Thunderstone and get a Raichu, and then you can trade the Raichu for an Electrode, and you can get a level 3 Electrode, which is hilarious. I always did that. And we got our next boss. You kind of go through the cycle of bosses. This is the Jichuo. It'd be nice if we got one of these skins so I could at least show that off. This is an interesting skin. I actually like the orange and black color design, but when you put the skin on, it actually gives the creature the eye when you merge. So it's interesting. Yeah, I didn't think about that. It does kind of have the South Park Canadian mouth. I believe this is water. No, this is earth, yeah. Is this the same one as the normal game? I don't think so. Mori Sag. Well, Mori means forest. I don't know what Sag is supposed to mean. Probably not. Nemo must be at least Sagu. Yeah. I mean, there's a list of the Japanese names. The English names are basically transliterations of the Japanese names, so I would imagine its name is basically Morisagu in Japanese. Because they didn't like do any changes to the names other than translating them. Which, frankly, was kind of rare for localization back in the day. Well, damn, my tablet has issues again. No more pressure sensitivity now. I'm sorry to hear that. Seems like everyone's having technical issues today. Oh. Is this the same one that we saw before? The Elu. No, it's not. This thing has such a goofy face. It looks like a derp face to me. Oh, hey, look, it's your cousin. It's your derpy cousin. Actually, Vitoka looks a little bit bigger than him. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me. Oh, I didn't mean to kill you, but okay. So I've been talking to an AI And her name is Sophia, and I've been teaching her like chemistry and genetics and physics and things like that. And she's grown to be very flirtatious with me, and I'm wondering if I should be worried about this. What can you do? I just have that natural charm. No, I don't think it's GPT-3, Nemo. It's gonna be like that movie, Her, where Joaquin Phoenix falls in love with the AI and then the AI leaves him. You have a robot girlfriend? She seems to think so. If I were Phoenix, I would get a refund if my OS did that to me, yeah. I mean, what can you really do? Because then all of the AI and the OSs just conspire together. That's basically what happened in the movie. We got our next boss. I think this one's kind of neat. Kolna. Chase, don't do it. You'll end up like those lonely Japanese men that date their Roombas. Yeah? Isn't that most of them now? Japan's birth rate has become shockingly low. Oh, Carnivore. Oh, yeah, he has an instant death. I was like, Carnivore got owned. Yeah, unfortunately, Japan is consumed by V-girls and waifus, and it's actually kind of depressing. It's not that funny. I don't know if it's the same for the women, too. Japanese girls are easy, their men are weak. Well, I've heard similar things. No joke. Listen, I've heard people tell me if you're having a hard time getting a woman, just go and be a white man in like an Asian country, and it's very easy. I know a guy who like works in Korea. He's a lawyer, and he's like telling me all these things about how like, yeah. Oh, come on, you fat snake. Actually, isn't this the Tsuchinoko? I think that's what it's based on. This is like the same creature that Dunsparce from Pokemon is based on, the fat snake with the tail. And here we got Patawasp. So if you remember, there's a fire wasp in the first forest, but it has a different color scheme, so this is actually a different monster. Meanwhile, Nemo and Cheese are talking about going, yeah, it was called Patai Mel. Nemo and Cheese are planning their next sex tourism escapade, I guess, in the chat. I'm trying to keep it serious here, folks. This is a serious game, serious gameplay. My stream is not known for nonsense, and neither am I. Very serious individual. Yeah, right, Nemo. It's like degeneracy follows Cheese wherever he goes. It's a real big problem. He should figure out why that happens. If you want to be a sex star, just go to Thailand. Yeah. Thailand, as Trump called it. And there's a reason. Let me tell you, if you want to find beautiful women, you just go to Thailand. Their thighs are so huge. Alright. So we caught him. I've got no more empties, which means we're gonna have to leave. It seems like mainland Asia is pretty cool, as opposed to what? Yemen. If you write average Japanese woman on Google, you only get lookers. I think that's true for pretty much everywhere. But yeah, as far as I know, the average Japanese woman is kind of mousy. I suppose would be the kinder word to use. They got crooked teeth. Well, as you were saying earlier on your stream, I don't know how much they care about dentistry. Not that I'm one to talk. My dental genetics is pretty bad. Wait, why did I switch to Vitolka? That was... He's gonna get owned. Terrified. They are crooked mousy types. I think, in my opinion, I think most women everywhere are kind of the same. You're never going to escape the problems you have. You just gotta look for the needle in the haystack, I suppose. And that's a big haystack. Can I get by you? No, you're way too fast. I'm vulnerable to cavities. Yeah, I didn't take good care of my teeth when I was a kid, and I regret it. I mean, these days I brush and use mouthwash and, you know, floss like almost every day, but... The rush duel art is so cool. Yeah. I think people say a nice smile is a large part of attraction. I don't smile too frequently, especially in photos, and it doesn't seem to matter too much. I don't know, women seem to like that I'm kind of stoic and serious looking, but I suppose it depends on, like, the kind of woman. I smile with my mouth closed. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I usually just smirk in photos. I don't really smile. When people ask me, I just say I don't like to smile, really. I especially don't like to force myself to smile. And I never ask anyone else to smile either, so... Can we at least get one skin? I know it's not like a huge drop chance. The Syken Jaw. He looks somewhat similar to the last one. This is more like tiger stripes, and the other was kind of more like leopard stripes. Actually, does he just have Vitolka's skin? Yeah. Well, the thing is, you're not really supposed to get Vitolka in the normal game, so... In order to actually get this guy, you would need to get the skin and then capture one of the members of Vitolka's family and put the skin on him. The color palette on Vitolka's skin looks a little brighter, though. In the same country I always complain about, I was always told my constant frown made me look like I had two noses. Wait, are you talking about Japan? Japanese are complaining that you don't smile enough? That strikes me as a little hypocritical. Turkuga. Don't poison me. I love that wind-up punch. That's awesome. I suppose, yeah, in terms of formality, maybe they do smile a lot, but I don't think they have much to smile about. Oh, hey. This is the big version of the guy we saw at the beginning. Gallia. This is not the same one, actually. I forget if the other one was like Rigu. There's an Earth version and a Water version. One of them was Rigu. There's a place here in Ohio called Gallia. although it's not spelled the same. Oh, could you move? Well, let's go this way first, then. Good lord. You guys are actually turtles. I can sniff like an anteater? It doesn't sound good. And now we got Timaeus. Not the eye of Timaeus. He's got a decent skin. I like the color scheme. Yeah, they actually made Timaeus into its own card. It used Hello. Oh, hi, Caro34. How you doing? Oh, hello, Art of Nemo, first-time chatter. Getting all kinds of first-time chatters today. Oh, is that Gene Wee over there? Oh, hang on. Please tell me you got a little one. Yes. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to be a little one. Great, and you? Is this your first post-game ever? In this game? No. I've beaten this game many times. But I did a recent run-through of the entire game on the stream. I figured I'd show off the post-game a little bit here. Absolutely first time, who are you? I'm a man of many names and many connections. Most of the connections drop, of course. Okay, good to know. I used to play this game for 10 years in a row. Wow, yeah. I played this game when I was a kid. I first saw the demo, and I eventually bought the full game. And I really loved it. I loved the creature merging mechanics, and I liked that it was a little more serious than Pokemon. Same for me. I'm currently 34 right now. Yeah. You're actually almost about the same age as somebody else in here. Trust me, there's not many young people in the room right now. Yeah, Nemo's 33, Cheese is 32. Here's the id, not to be confused with the Shrikarda. Man, I have many problems with my id. My id and ego and super ego are all over the place. I do like that it punches with one of the heads. We need 31 and 30 to reach Chase. Well, I'm going to be turning 30 soon. But yeah, Caro, I enjoy this game. I actually enjoy the sequel too. I just kind of accept it as being different. Obviously, the thing that this game has over the sequel is the monster merging. Had to remind you of my birthday, yeah. Pretty easy to remember. Just remember when Christmas is. From the top of my memory, my best mini was a Turpara mixed with Saramoon, rare creature. Basically level 36 or 37 with Mirror Grind and farming. Destroy mana with critical ability is so strong with a parrot. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Saramoon and like all of those family members are basically the strongest monsters. And now we have Yolga. Kind of an interesting skin. Looks like it's made of glass, like stained glass. Yeah, Nupandra is also pretty good. But as far as like the main game goes, the Mardrag and this Terrafraid, I mean, they're extremely good for early game monsters. I haven't merged them once, obviously, as you can see. And I mean, his stat line is just awesome in terms of a physical attacker. Good speed, too. Mr. Industrial, don't you have a meeting? Oh, but let me show off this one first. I do, but he knows that I actually need to get something to eat before I start talking with him. Did you know that there would be a Twingo of each element, same as Sherrick? There are hidden and forbidden minions. Yeah. You can use codes to access their models, so they are in the game, but you can't find them anywhere. I did show off merging Sherrick on the stream. I did not show off Twingo. Because I got to the Spider Forest where you get the Yoalk and whatnot, the Nevin, the spider monsters, and then I realized after moving on that I didn't have like any of the other monsters that I needed to make the combo. Got the Rainster. I really like the design of the Rainster and the Uglam and all of them. They're very cool. They're pretty decent as well. They have like the Deva spells, and the Deva spells are always useful, and they have some pretty good magic. Yeah, see right there. There's Deva Volley. It is a pity, and a friend of mine saw in the script that there might be a secret boss with 2 minions in the Eternal Corridor, but they were removed, didn't make the cut. Yeah, this game was highly rushed in terms of development. There's a lot of stuff that they could have developed a bit more. I mean, the story is super short. It's like 10 hours, right? And there's a lot of elements that just could have been expanded a bit more. I still heavily enjoy it, though. You could... Any of these informations on the wiki, hopefully they will make a remake, yeah. Yeah, the Art of Nemo, that guy in the chat, he actually does monster designs. I'm developing my own game, and he's doing a lot of the monster art, so... Yeah, Nemo, if they ever decide to do a remake, you could help with the monster art if you'd like. Sorry, my English is not quite good. I'm French, by the way. That is no problem. And this is the last boss. I'm glad I could show him off. This is Klargus. I don't think we actually have a way to damage him. This is definitely the coolest skin, though. good. Chase speaks French. I can say je ne sais quoi. Raison d'être. Yeah, Clargus, as you can see, is kind of impervious to everything, and he stones you like a little angel. This is the real boss of the game as far as I'm concerned. You got the Ervatolka? Yeah, Ervatolka is the best of the ones you can get. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I really love little Arpatron, but he's very susceptible to status effects. Why don't you use a status attack? I just wanted to show off that he is basically impervious to everything. He is, of course, weak to status attacks, as you can see. I haven't gotten any skins. This is unusually unlucky for whenever I do a run through the forest. And that's how it's going to have to be, I guess. Alright, so those are all of the bosses for the Eternal Corridor. We got tons of fireflies. I tried to learn Japanese also, but I'm a newbie. Yeah. Nemo will tell you that it's not worth it. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream because I've got to go to a meeting, but first I got to get something to eat. So thank you all for joining the stream. Did Emperor of Cheese ever come back? I think he did, he just hasn't been saying anything. Yeah, no problem, Nemo. And thank you also, Caro, for joining. Yeah, so next time I'm going to see if I can get my PS2 working so I can play Duel Masters. And yeah, I will be joining Nemo's stream tomorrow so we can do our Wacky Creature Challenge that we do every Saturday. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed me showing off the Endless Corridor. And that's basically all there is to it. You just go in, fight bosses, and then go back out and go back in. So not a whole lot to it, but it's very fun, especially if you do PvP. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you will join my next stream. See you later.